Greggy,
Here.
Small,
Here.
Thompson.
Here. Huh? Is it not coming through?
It's coming through now.
Oh, thanks, Scott.
Yep.
I'll take a motion to approve the minutes from January 6, 2021 regular meeting.
So moved. Support.
Moved by Terry, supported by Bill. Any comments, questions, concerns? Roll call.
Brumman,
Yes.
Greggy,
Yes.
Small,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Gothier.
Yes.
Public comment limited to 3 minutes per person. Please identify yourself.
No public comment.
If nobody would like to step forward. All right, moving on. Presentations. We don't have any unfinished business. New business. We'll start with the claims. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold
Yeah,
on.
correct.
I got to add some items to the agenda. Under new business, I have to add an EDC appointment. We have to add. Do you want to discuss the phone system today or table that for right now?
I didn't get a chance to read all the
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm gonna leave the phone. I'm gonna leave that off for right now.
I think we can talk about it though.
Yeah, we could talk about the need. So,
Onto your phone.
new phone system for the building. And the third, we need to go into closed session for POLC negotiations. That being said, let's move on into claims.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to approve the pre-authorized claims and open claims presented for payment between January 6, 2020. This should be January 6, 2021, and January 19th, 2021 for check numbers 142907 to 143036 and e-check numbers 1466 to 1490 for a grand total of $679,892.63. Support.
Moved and supported. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Greggy,
Yes.
Small,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Gothier,
Yes.
Brumman.
Yes.
Next item, the Pitney Bowes lease renewal. Who is the expert on this and wants to give us a little background?
I can a little bit. Basically, Pitney Bowes has let us know that our machine is going to be outdated. And they have given us quotes for 2 other machines that are similar to the ones that we have now. Do you have the quotes in front of you?
Should be in the packet, right?
Yeah.
Right now,
200.
what we're paying is $276.24 quarterly for the machine that we have. It seems to work okay for our building. So they've given us 2 machine quotes that are similar to that. Both of them are under the quarterly amount. So the only decision that we really need to make is whether or not we want to go with the quarterly amount of $240.90, which is a little higher than the alternate quote that just allows us to mail packages up to 15 pounds and it prints out a label right on that machine for those packages rather than taking them to the post office.
Oh,
Or if we would rather just stick with a machine that's similar to the one that we have for a lower price and it'll do exactly what our current mailing machine does.
how much lower?
It's $201.81.
So $39.
And
Don't
We're
have
paying
the bill.
276 right now though.
To separate department.
So
Yeah.
either both of them or less.
Yeah.
Right.
How often do we use anything that's 15 pounds?
I don't think it's very often that we do that, but it's, I mean, being that it's still under the quote, it is an option for us to look at, so. It would be a more complicated system in the fact that it comes with another screen and there's more to learn, but that's more capability for what we want to mail. And I believe it does save us a little money that way other than going directly through the post office. So
Mm-hmm.
Would it
IT,
be-
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Are there any other companies that we want to reach out to possibly get more quotes? 'Cause I know there's more companies than just Pitney Bowes that do the postage on the packages. And
it's a possibility. Pitney Bowes is the only one we received quotes from.
I know there's a couple companies out there that it might be advisable for us to look into. I think Pitney Bowes has done a good job, but let's find out, maybe we can find it cheaper.
Do you think there's something cheaper out there?
Always something cheaper out there. Depends on what's better though, because Pitney Bowes service.
Depends on
is better.
quality.
I was gonna say, what are we talking about? A pretty good quality machine, or are we?
Well, it's machine and service, so.
What are the added transaction fees? How much are they and what are they for?
Are you referring to like the purchase power transaction fees?
Correct. So far, I haven't found them.
I can email the company and ask specifically what it is. I don't see them listed on our business needs list. So
Yeah, I guess that's a question, because it doesn't say what they are.
I think that, I would just like to suggest that, yes, we probably do need to move forward.
I think
But-
they may not be listed, Carolyn, because they're not with the specific quote. I think purchase power is a different, like an add-on, but I can double check with my person through the company that's a contact.
Well, I think if we could welcome the clerk's office to bring us back a little bit more information, and if there is another one that seems to be reasonably comparable, that you're comfortable with, bring that back also, and.
Do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, I will look into a couple companies. Pitney Bowes had an issue a while back. It was a security issue that I wasn't super fond of. Hence why I wouldn't mind looking at other companies.
Now, this is for a 4-year lease
5
agreement,
I believe it's 5
because it
years.
was
6
written
months.
2016, or March of 16.
Yeah,
So it's a 5-year probably.
Do we
5
have to
years.
re-up?
I have no issues with Pitney
What's
Bowes.
the date that we have to re-up by?
Looks like March
March
9th.
20.
Oh, okay, so we can,
All right, cool. I'll have something by the next
It's a
meeting.
5-year lease.
okay.
That'll be great.
I think there's a couple other companies out there that I wouldn't mind looking into.
We got about a month and a half.
All right.
and I'll check on those other transaction fees as well to find out exactly what those are.
Thank you, Trina.
You're welcome.
The next item is the Brownfield Fund. They've extended that for another year. And I'm working on the paperwork right now for the first quarter reporting.
Do we need to amend that fund? Because they increased it by 25,000, didn't
Right.
they?
it's something like
Right,
that. Somebody
correct.
grab-
Yeah, grab that if you would.
something like that.
Now, this is for the tank farm,
No, this is for Harrisville Sports Center,
Oh,
well,
okay.
formerly.
which they already got the work done though, right?
No, they're still doing work.
Oh, okay.
That's why they extended the grant.
Are they looking at the tank farm? Or is that just a wish
The
list?
the way it works is that somebody would be interested in purchasing it, and then they would come to us for grants for the cleanup / analysis.
Mhm.
The people that we deal with they're way open to talking, and
Mhm.
no, they're pretty good at getting back to you. That's not a good sign.
thought it was on my desk, but maybe it isn't.
Oh, you can't find it? I have copies.
We can do it next month.
Huh?
There's no big rush. I don't think there's a rush on it.
Let me look. I might have said it somewhere else, but I can't find it. Because Carolyn put it on my desk to begin with. And we talked about it at our finance meeting and we said it needed to be brought up here. Right, Cheryl?
Well, I can tell you, I'm up to my neck working on trying to get the recording figured out. So I think I got it doped out. What the long and short of it, extended a year and they added $25,000 to it. To try to help get that site cleaned up. Did we have to vote on something, Carolyn? I don't remember.
Pardon?
We didn't have to vote on anything for it, did we? Yeah.
Well, yeah, when we modify the amount of the total fund,
For the 21 fund.
but we could do that in next month also.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, from my perspective, I'm not on finance, so I don't know, but it would seem to me that there's not that much difference between doing it today and doing it next,
No, there isn't.
our next meeting.
For some reason, I don't have it.
Well, for information purposes, that is happening and we will have a proper motion put together for the next meeting. Being it's not time sensitive. Next item, DHHS board member vacancy ad. Who would like to speak to this?
I don't know if clerk's office has gotten anything back yet or not.
What we received was the resignation of one of the members. At this time, it looks like there's been advertising for applicants for the position. And I do not have anything further other than
So we haven't received anything that you know of for applicants?
I believe the board has to appoint somebody, but I don't have any,
But nobody's applied.
I'm actually not positive on that.
I'm sorry, I'm reading it as they're asking to put an ad in the review to advertise for applicants.
Yes.
It's already done.
Oh, that's already been done?
Yeah.
When did that get accomplished?
January 12th.
Okay.
You're right, I don't know, did the ad go in?
I saw
I
it.
believe,
Okay.
I believe so.
All right.
So long story short is we haven't received any interest to this point. Well, if we put it on the 12th, it made it in the paper
Just
yesterday, last, yeah.
We're correct.
So we wait to hear some feedback from the public, I guess.
Yep.
Table it till the next meeting. Next item is I received a communication from Doug Cheek with the Alcona County Economic Development Committee. Adam and Dan, I am writing this letter to request that Alcona County Commissioners approve Craig Johnson joining the Alcona County Economic Development Committee. At our regularly scheduled monthly meeting on Wednesday, 1/13/21, the A-EDC voted with unanimous consent to have Craig join the Economic Development Committee. They would also ask that Dan Gauthier continue his position as the liaison member between Alcona County Commissioners and Economic Development Committee. Please confirm that both of the above requests are acceptable to the Alcona County Commissioners. They thank you for your consideration on this matter. Best, Doug Cheek, Chairman.
Did we not confirm Dan?
Yeah, you already
Okay.
did. You
Dan is
already did
confirmed.
I thought we had.
Yeah.
I-
You already did
I-
that, so.
Yeah, I don't have the list in front of me, so that's positive.
no,
I thought we had.
Right. But I think we need, as we did before, we needed to approve members to that.
Membership, yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
I'll make a motion that we approve, the consent to have Craig Johnson join the EDC committee.
Support.
Moved and seconded. Any conversation or comments? Hearing none.
He's
Oh,
worked on that before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, hearing none, we'll do a roll call.
Small,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Gothier,
Yes.
Brumman,
Yes,
Breggy.
Yes. Next item is due to some equipment failures that we've had, our phone system is showing its age. We're working on getting some quotes to upgrade and update it. We just received some information today, but we're not ready to discuss until commissioners have a chance to review. John, you want to give us a 2-minute
Yeah.
overview on
current
what
phone
the
system is
situation?
about, 16 years old. And the problem is we're having parts that are starting to fail. It's the trunk lines, which actually brings lines from inside and reroutes them to internal lines. One of those units is dead. Versus replacing that unit, there are ways to replace it. It's time to, my thought would be time to look into getting a new phone system. I've reached out to Frontier, and I've also reached out to Telephone Systems, and I have 2 quotes. The other quote is not in front of you yet. It'll probably be there later today or tomorrow. They're offering us financing to replace the complete phone system in the back for both across here and across the way.
Okay, so we'll wait to get the second quote and then we'll do some further analysis and talk about it at the next meeting probably.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
But in the bottom line, John, it really, the system needs to be replaced no matter what.
It's antiquated. It doesn't suit our needs as it did before. The new system will do soft phones, which means that you can have the phone system on your computer, voicemail to email, a lot easier to do call forwarding. It's a heck of a lot easier just to manage.
Plus equipment's available where.
Right. This phone system that they proposed is software based, so it's really easy to update it. You're not constrained by the hardware anymore, which makes it nice and lasts a lot longer. Although we got 16 years out of this current one, you're not going to get that out of any phone system today. 10-ish years on average. So we shall see. I'll email you guys the quote once I get it from the other company.
Do they install? Or
They install. Dave and I would have to run all the lines. Because it's the Cat 3 lines will not suffice. We have to run Cat 5 lines to every single
the whole?
where we're gonna put a phone. We've already started with anticipation of this happening.
And under the lease, is the equipment covered under the lease as far as failure?
5 years.
5 years.
We would put a server in place that would manage it all. And we'd probably just put it, to save cost, we would probably put that on one of our virtual servers that would run the phone system. So you're paying for a little bit of hardware, mainly the phones themselves and the software.
Okay, thank you. Finance report.
Well, I think we had a meeting last week. We're gonna have another meeting next week. Cheryl gave us an overview on their progress of putting everything together, and I think everything's moving forward the way that we have all kind of agreed on, right, Cheryl? I think everything's moving forward. Other than that, I don't have anything else.
Okay, yeah, we're making progress with closing up 2020, so hopefully within the next few weeks here, we can wrap that up and be done with her.
I think even different than last year, I know when Kim sends down the bills now for a review, she's got them broke down for 2020 and 21, which is working really well. So I think everything's moving forward.
Okay, good. Personnel?
Other than going into closed session, I don't think we have anything else.
Okay.
Did you want to talk about your goals?
I don't have those.
Oh, okay.
Doing the other, I didn't get them ready. We have met with all of them. We have their goals for this year.
No.
And hopefully we will be able to bring that to you at the February meeting.
Okay, good.
We ran out of hours in the day.
Anything from the treasurer today?
As I'm sure you are informed by our council, the lawsuit against the county and the county treasurer, there was a change. They dropped the county treasurer as personal. Okay with that. We are still compiling the information for the attorneys as far as what they were asking for, which was the SEV ×2 with an analysis back to 2013 and all the tax property sales and the difference between the sale price and the minimum bid. So we're still working on compiling that information. It's quite a bit of information to go back into 2 systems. So we're working on it in between collecting taxes and trying to get the budget for
Yeah.
2020 done. We've just been very busy, but we're skating through. Is there anything?
Is the flow of tax money coming in normal?
The last few weeks has been more of a hiatus than we have experienced in the past. We're down to, I believe, 89 for 2018 and just around under 100 for 2018, which is a good thing. And I don't have the count on because she just did it the other day, but the mail service has been spotty at best.
Oh,
And we've had a very big issue with people sending in payments, but we've had very good consistency with people, talking people through, coming up to the door, calling. So we've been really seeing a lot of people at the door and getting payments made. Dog licenses are going well. Lots of dogs in Alcona County.
That's good. Thank you.
Okay, clerk's report.
I do have a communication reminder from Carrie Mullins, Mankato Township trustee. She wanted to remind everyone of the official call to Alcona County Republican Convention on Thursday, January 21st at 7 p.m. She is saying that it's in person at the Chosen Ranch Community Center, or there is a conference call that you can call at 515-604-9300, and there's an access code of 106201. So there's that. And then I just wanted to touch base on the DHS email after reviewing that. It looks like Tammy Ranger through the DHS board is actually asking the board to see if we can place an ad in the review for the applicants for the position. So
there is no ad there?
there hasn't been an ad as of yet. I misread the email.
I
thought I saw something in there.
I hadn't thought there was, but then I know.
Your email from Tuesday, January 12th states that at this time, the DHS board is asking for an ad to be placed. So I don't,
So,
we didn't have.
and I know that Steph and I talked about it, but this was the first I had inclination she had already done it.
Yeah, I misread the email. That was mine.
Okay, that I would ask that the board, through consensus or something, that we place an ad in the review for someone to, Sarah Whitten has been a good board member, I think, there, but we do need to have someone new. She has said she does not, at this time, she doesn't choose to continue.
Is that a motion, Carol?
If the chairman wants a motion to do it, I will make that.
If we need yeah, sure, why not?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Motion to place an ad in the paper for the DHS board open position. Who's gonna put together the verbiage on it? We asked Tammy to put something together.
I can ask the clerk if she would like Tammy to put it together.
I mean, I'm just
I don't-
asking.
I guess from past practice, I'm not positive on how that's handled, but I can
Okay.
find out.
All right. Any other comments, conversation? We had a roll call, everything on Zoom, so roll call, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Gothier,
Yes.
Brumman,
Yes,
Breggy,
Yes.
Small.
Yes.
Anything else for clerk?
That's it.
Cheryl, do you remember something at the last second?
That'll go to finance. It's from Anderson and Tackman. It's the first part of the billing for the 2020 audit.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, oh.
If you are choosing to go with them, which you
We've
don't
never
have a
been-
contract and it needs
Yeah.
to be done because 2020 is over. So
So
someone's going to need to have a conversation with
with them,
Anderson Tackman.
Okay.
and this would be a 21 bill, right? Yeah. Okay.
So they gotta send us a contract? Okey dokey. Add it to the list. Communications. I received a packet from. Oh, you know what? I just gotta pass this on to the new Northeast Michigan Community Health. Who's on that? And that's for you.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, thank you.
You have, that, not community health, they have to be approved, right?
With Bonnie Cornelius,
Mhm.
their other,
There's two on there, right? Yeah, yeah.
Bonnie's term expires, I think,
The
in
20,
March.
March 31st, it said.
Yeah, I thought it was this year.
Is something I need to see right
Three-year
away?
term.
No, that's just your paperwork to fill out to be on that board.
Yeah, that's all paperwork to get approved.
That thick?
Any other communications that you have over there besides what you already said?
Don't believe so.
Okay. All right, how about, committee reports?
Somebody online.
Craig said he wanted to weigh in on he went to the meeting for, the road commission. Craig, are you there?
Oh, there it is. Locked in.
Yeah,
Oh.
can you hear me?
There you go.
Yep. Sorry, I was under a tractor. Yeah, road commission. Road commission meeting went well. So first of all, thank you, board, for appointing me on there. It was good, well received. Guys were happy to see me, so I think that'll go well. No real issues. The big issue they probably got coming is that's DPW stuff. Same thing we've been dealing with for, many years, is the drain commissioner's salary. So they got to adjust that and deal with that at his next contract date and how that's going to get determined. Determine the amount. I got a fan turning on. Hold on. All right. So, yeah, determine the amount. I would think that you as a board needs to have some say in that. You appointed him to be that person, so I think they're fully expecting input from the Board of Commissioners. There's a job description of what the drain commissioner for counties under 12,000 is supposed to do. So, but there is a negotiation will have to happen with Jesse and his contract. I think they have come to understand that it is a given that they will be responsible for the drains, and so will Jesse. So it's just a matter of getting all the languages right. So that was really the biggest. They did have their organizational meeting. Ted was elected. Ted Summers was chair, and Harry Harvey's vice chair. Al's third member. So other than that, everything seems to be rolling well. Also appreciate, I was listening. I hear you guys appointed me to the EDC committee. Appreciate that. When we created that, didn't realize what a great group of people it was going to be, but there's some really good things we got coming. So that's good.
Oh, we look forward to hearing about it. So,
Yep.
Thanks, Craig.
Hey,
You're
Craig,
welcome. Yes.
Craig, I got a
Yes.
question. You mentioned on the drain commissioner in the county under 12,000. Our county's growing this year. I mean, what happens if we go over 12,000?
We're a long ways.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
we're-
think so.
Well, I mean, the high we've ever been was 11,187. That was back in 03 or something. So if you get over 12,000, I think, it could still stay with them. They might be able to say, hey, you got to do something different at that point. So, other than the Cedar Lake job that happened over the last couple of years, it's a pretty easy job. There's really not a lot. There's never been a real big problem until the last few years. Jesse's time was taken up a lot with that Cedar Lake Dam project. He foresees going forward, it's going to be a minimal amount of work, and he doesn't see a problem with it. And the fact, him and I have chatted lots of times about this. That board has to kind of come to the idea that he's a salaried worker and can be given whatever task needs to get done. And this is one of those tasks. And he understands that. He's not hourly, he is salaried. So this is another responsibility. Now it has to be reflected in his contract, and that's what they're going to work on. But yeah, that's will it change? Unless the only reason that the discussion was if it would or should change is if the workload got to be too much for Jesse to do it, and we actually had to hire or have an elected drain commissioner. But right now, we don't have that many drains. So,
Okay,
all right,
thanks. Yep,
Welcome.
thank you.
all right. Anything else?
Oh, that'll do it. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Any other committee reports?
Just had my first meeting with the Veterans Board. They did their organizational thing, and they're in discussions. They have, they're just, I think the ideas are flowing right now with this millage thing. So see where they go with this. A lot of discussion, very lively discussion, I might say.
We had a fair board meeting, and they're moving forward on this year's fair. We've gotten contracts back from all the activities that we were planning for last year. They're all signed up. The entertainment is all there so far. We're sort of holding back sending sponsorship letters out until we know a little bit more on how we can progress forward with the fair itself. We're waiting until about mid-March before we send any reminders out for sponsors. We're still not totally sure that we can have it, but we're going on the assumption that things will get better and that we'll move forward on the fair. Normal repair and get plans for cleaning and so forth over at the fairgrounds. We did get what I mentioned last year. We got the windows on the tower last meeting we talked with. We also added a door on the bottom, or replaced a door on the tower, and they're getting quotes for a roll-up garage door that's been on the office that doesn't work half the time, and a entry door on the office. Tommy Jacobs given a quote on that. So they're moving again on that. Kevin's been in contact with the treasurer to make sure that the funds are there from
The timber
the
sale.
logging and so forth. So, that's it.
Okay. Carol?
Attended my township board meetings, 2-on-1 board meeting yesterday. We're going to be swamped with calls wanting information on COVID vaccine, probably for another 2 to 3 months, we anticipate, until it begins to taper off a little, but probably we'll still be getting them through the summer, we would expect. LEPC meeting next week, the emergency food and shelter meeting next week with distribution of the approximately $4,900 that we were awarded. CDBG grant has not come into my knowledge yet. It's overdue. I've been in contact with them, and they acknowledge it's overdue and are telling me that should be getting it any day, but a couple of days have passed and we don't have it yet. So I am anxious to get that in. General fund will only see a little under $10,000, but $10,000 we wouldn't have had otherwise. And that's pretty much all I have.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the last public comment and then we'll go into our closed session. So everybody then let's try to, if you have something you want to say, you don't have to wait for us to get back if you don't want to. So public comment limit 5 minutes.
Adam, Scott Rice,
Yeah.
how are you today? Can
Good.
everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
In regards to Carolyn's comment or question about mass vaccination clinic, I'm working with the health department. We're going to schedule one before the end of the month here in Alcona County. We haven't pinned down a location yet or a time, but it will be before the end of the month. We're also working on mass testing to get those tested that want to be tested that can't get in to get the vaccination. I'm also working with NEMCOG. We're finalizing our hazardous mitigation plan that's required by the county every 5 years. Christina McEmber from NEMCOG's putting the finishing touches on that for us. And then we'll have to have a public hearing before you folks adopt it. LAPC will be next week on January the 25th at 1 o'clock. EMS related item, back in November, I applied for round 3 of the CARES Act money. We got an email last week that said we were denied or we were ineligible for funding in the 3rd round of applications. They said that we've already met the requirements that were set forth in rounds 1 and rounds 2. So I'll get that to you, and that's all I have at the moment.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
Any other public comment? Okay, hearing none, then I would accept the motion to go into closed meeting.
I would, if I may suggest, Mr. Chairman, a 5-minute recess to give us time to, and then move to go into closed session.
Is it the wish of the rest of the board?
I just always like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Seconded.
Who seconded to go into recess?
5-minute recess?
5-minute recess.
I don't know how expensive it is to sign everybody off.
We got
I got it worked out with
John?
John. As soon as we're ready, he's gonna pull the plug.
Get me here.
Okay, returning from recess.
We're on now.
Yep, you're on now, so we need a motion to go into closed.
So moved.
And seconded again.
Moved and seconded, roll call.
Brumman,
Yes.
Greggy,
Yes.
Small,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Gothier.
Yes.
No one can hear you guys.
It's green.
Oh, it's green? Okay.
How about now, John? Here he comes.
You're good to go.
Okay, great. Anyway, roll call for returning to session.
Reggie,
Yes.
Small,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Stocky,
Yes.
Brumman.
Yes.
Okay. Would anybody like to offer a motion?
I will move that we authorize the Personnel Committee to proceed as directed in closed session.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Small,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Gothier,
Yes.
Brumman,
Yes.
Reggie.
Yes. With no other business, and we already covered, do we put, yeah, public comment, so we can,
Do you want to do the
Yeah, commissioners edition.
county cleanup or not? Or should we do it?
any commissioners additional comments?
Yeah, do the, so I can get the notes out.
While they're looking, I'd like to make a comment. Can I?
Sure.
Real quick, yesterday I sat in on a webinar here in the office, and it was, I thought it'd be more related to budgets and that, but it was on budgets, but it was on the state budget. And one thing that came out of it, which was really interesting, is that the state has seen a big influx of tax money coming in. One is because the unemployment rate, with the increased amount of unemployment being given out, now the tax money that people have to pay on that money given out is seeing a real big boost in the state monies received, which was pretty interesting. And I don't have the exact figures, but it's millions. And then the other thing that was really just really kind of shocked me is all the online sales. They've seen it go from 16 million in received sales tax to 68 million.
Wow.
And in all insight, the state is not really going to be hurting for money. They're going to be they're right within just a minute percentage of 20 budget, 21 budget, and even projected into 22. They're not going to have a lot of extra money, but they're not seeing a big decrease. But there's
Not hurting.
two in it.
Which
Yeah.
means we might not get cut from a couple of things.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Oh, we
think.
probably will,
Yeah,
but
Yeah, I think, but it's pretty interesting, but, but just that and that they say that online sales don't tell them where it's going to go with the monies received from the sales tax on it.
Right.
But it was pretty interesting just to hear those kind of things. And I actually saved it as as like a PDF file, but I can't pull it up
not PDF.
or whatever. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting.
Do you want to do it? You want to
The hater of the,
just
the
proceed?
hater of the PD.
You all received a copy of the Operation of Cleanup contract for
No, they
20.
haven't. You are the only one that's got it.
Oh,
Sorry.
you want me to read this? I will summarize.
Quick.
Hereby agreed by and between Alcona County, bling, 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 Recycle, bling, 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 Nonprofit Corp. The work product results from certain activities that they shall conduct during the date of May 15th, 2021, under the following terms and conditions. Activity will be known as Operation Cleanup 2021 for Alcona County. Alcona Recycle will be responsible, gives the address. They shall keep detailed records and accounts on all aspects, including costs, participation, et cetera, as they have in the past. They will report to the County Board of Commissioners in a narrative form of the progress and any problems if they occur. Work reduction data received by the county shall belong to the county. To the county and may be released. Expressly understood, the Alcona Recycle shall operate as an independent contractor and shall provide to the county proof of insurance not less than $1 million for liability. Total consideration for above services shall be for this year $1,500 and payable at the time of signing of this contract. $750 of which has already been paid. Correct? $750 we paid last year. So and this is budgeted for, so that the site will be left clean and in order. And I would so move to authorize the chair to sign on behalf of the County Board of Commissioners.
And this is just a standard, no different.
Yeah, it's the same contract that was given 2 years ago, other than updated. There is a carryover from the tire grant that we did last in 2020 of approximately $1,500 that is still going to be able to be used because of COVID. And it may or may not cover all of our tire recycling that we pick up, but it will do like 3/4. And we do charge anything over so many free tires. We do charge a tire fee, and that makes up the difference. Because last year we did, it cost us $2,400 to get rid of all the tires, and we did 1,000 tires. 1,500 was practically all of it, so there isn't much to go over that. And we have that usually. The idea is to break even. So there's no cost to anybody in the line of extra. But I needed that to get started to get the trucks lined up.
You guys ought to operate as a nonprofit, right?
Recycle is a nonprofit organization.
Okay.
And it's at the state level. It's not a.
And you're making a motion.
So a motion by Carolyn, seconded by Bill.
Yeah.
Any other comment, concern, questions? Roll call, please.
Small,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Gothier,
Yes.
Brumman,
Yes,
Reggie.
Yes. Can you follow up though with that correspondence we got earlier?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I figure I'll call back and email her back and get.
We're gonna need to get a copy of this.
Yeah, I gotta get
Trina and
sign it.
then I'll sign up right. We kind of did that backwards. We're supposed to give it to the clerk first. Any other business or comments or concerns? All right, with that, meeting adjourned until February 3rd at 1:30 PM.
Oops, we're still on 10 a.m.